In today's video, we're going to show you how much does 1 year of van life really cost.
Wade and I have been traveling around Australia in this van with our 2 cats for a whole year, and this video is just a guide. We just hope to help anyone out there. There is no one size fits all. Everyone's lifestyle will be different. In this video, we will talk about our expenses on the road. So we have not included like our business costs, personal costs like insurances, clothes that we bought on the way, new equipment, or our personal subscriptions.
Yeah.
So we try to make it a broad van life expense spreadsheet and give you some insights that might help you plan your travels. Keep in mind though, we haven't completed the whole app yet, but we've done most of it.
We keep all of our expenses into a spreadsheet. Dani does not let me touch this spreadsheet because I ruin everything.
I control it.
Yeah, Dani controls it. So if anyone wants this spreadsheet, we're happy to share it. Just put it in the comments below and we'll contact you and we'll figure out a way to get it to you guys.
Yeah, we'll share the template without our numbers in it, but we're happy to.
Okay, let's kick things off with the most expensive item on our list, which is food. We are going to refer back to the laptop from time, well, all the time, because we don't remember the numbers off the top of our head. So with food, it came in at $12,471. That is $240 a week. We've broken it down into the groceries and then eating out. So groceries has been $9,189, which is $177 a week. And eating out is $3,282, coming in at $63 a week for the 2 of us.
And the cats.
And the cats. It's also the cat food. So our living expense, our food expenses hasn't really changed since being on the road. It's almost been the same as when we're living in a house. We still cook a lot in the van. We don't eat out as much. Probably a little bit more now than we actually did before. But yeah, nothing's really changed on that side. It is nice to go out and have a coffee, get a meal from place to place and try new things. You go to a little market thing and they've got some nice food. So it is still nice to eat out.
And we have 2 tips if you want to save money while traveling around Australia. Number 1 is if you are going remote, make sure you stock up before because groceries can get really expensive on remote areas. Number 2, try not to eat out as much. It can be very tempting to go out and explore new places, new restaurants, especially at the beginning when you're taking it as a holiday, but try to control yourself, and that's a good way of saving money.
Okay, coming in at number 2 is fuel. We spent $8,374 during this year, coming in at $161 a week. We've paid anywhere from $1.80 up to $3.60 in the middle of Australia. That one hurt. That one really hurt. Like a tank of fuel was over $200.
Yeah. But now we're currently on average about like $2 a
$2 here, yeah. I wouldn't say we're doing a proper lap around Australia because once we hit Alice Springs, we actually made the decision to go back to Sydney for a wedding. So it's not like a lap around and a continuous lap. We have kind of zigzagged a little bit.
So, but if you are planning on doing the whole lap around Australia in 1 year, you can be sure that you're going to spend more than what we did because we've spent the last 2 months in Perth alone, and yeah, we didn't move as fast as other people do. So our fuel expenses, even though it was the second on the list, if you are doing the whole lap in 1 year, like kind of fast, you will spend more than this.
That's we travel very slow too. So like a tank of fuel will get us a week.
So in 1 year, we have done a total of 33,813 kilometers, and we do an average of what?
10 on highways and about 11 in the city areas.
And one tip that we have for saving money on fuel is to use apps that will tell you where the next cheap petrol is. So we use Fuel Map Australia and Petrol Spy. So with those apps, you see on a map where the next petrol station is and prices between them, so you can pick the one that the cheaper one, or if you want to wait till the next cheaper one, you can. But
one example is when you're crossing the Nullarbor, there's a border town, which the border from South Australia to WA is really expensive, and then literally like 15 minutes down the road is Eucla, and it's a good between 30 to 50 cents cheaper per litre, which is massive.
We saved a lot of money just
So there's just little tips. Sometimes it's only a cent here and there and it's probably not worth it, but it can save you if you're doing, especially when you're in rural areas.
And they're both free apps. So.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything.
Okay, our next biggest expense was maintenance, repairs, upgrades, and consumables. We spent a total of $4,456 a year, and that's an average of $86 a week. In this cost, I have included everything from small bunning trips like glue, extra gas bottles for our portable gas.
Bunning
cooker.
trips never stop.
I feel like we've been to every Bunnings on every city that we visited.
I thought you were in the van builder, but okay, no more Bunning trips. Nope.
He also includes like the composting soil that we use for our composting toilet. So a little bit of everything on the small side, but also the big van services and van maintenance that we had to do on the way. And we definitely didn't budget enough for this category, the van service.
We do try and service the van every probably 10 to 15,000 kilometers. We are due for another service. We are in Perth here at the moment, so we might actually get it done here in Perth, because once we leave Perth, we're going to be in pretty rural areas and it will be very difficult to find a good diesel mechanic.
So we're gonna start year 2 with a big expense already.
Hopefully it's just a basic service and no real issues.
Okay, category number 4 is our bills, and this includes our yearly expenses with like van radio, CTP, insurance, and our NRMA roadside assistance.
But you need to get roadside assistance. Like, it is a good peace of mind to have roadside assistance.
We've never had to use.
We've never had to use it, but it is really nice if you're in the middle of nowhere and you break down, you get a flat tire, you run out of fuel, anything.
And with the NRMA roadside assistance, you also get discount on your petrol with the Ampol petrol stations. So we always use that as well. So in this category, we spent a total of $3,040, which is an average of $58 a week. And tip for this category is get roadside assistance. You hopefully never have to use it, but if you do, you have it.
Next up on the list is entertainment. We spend $3,759 coming in at $72 a week. We usually don't spend money on the low cost activities like museums and things like that. We prefer to save the money and do like more adventurous style
things that we'll never forget.
Yeah, and one example of that was the shark dive. That came in at $1,135 for the 2 of us. It's pretty expensive, but I would never ever forget that experience, and I'm so happy that I was able to do that. For us, just being outside, getting able to go for hikes and walks, being outside with the cats, that makes us happy, so we don't need to necessarily do all of these activities all the time.
We just like to hang out at the beach, watch sunset. That makes us happier than going to a museum, for example.
It is, yeah. We live a simple life.
But this item will really depend on your lifestyle and what you want out of this trip, so budget accordingly.
Next up, we have internet and mobile coming in at $1,939. That's an average of $37 a week. But a quick disclaimer is that we do have one of the mobile phones on that plan coming in at just under $50 a month. Our total bill with Optus is $149, less that. So we spend about $100 a month for internet. We do have 510 gigs of data. So we also have another SIM card that goes into a little dongle we have inside the van, so we don't have to hotspot off our phones all the time. And we also have a Telstra prepaid SIM, so when there's no Optus, we will top up that prepaid SIM so we can have internet, and we've done that 4 times since being on the road. Okay,
next item is our miscellaneous or other categories. We spent a total of $1,697 a year, and that's an average of $33 a week on this item. And this includes odd things like our cat litter, internet dongle, any other cat product, medicine for when we got sick, and like this random thing. Thought about not including this category in this video, but we did just to remind you again to have a category for others or emergencies or
just a bit of a buffer,
odd things. Exactly.
So we're getting close to the end of the list, but next up we have gym membership. So it came in at $1,494, coming in at $29 per week for the both of us. We have a membership with Anytime Fitness, and being on the road and being able to find showers is the best part of this. A little bonus as well is that we get to work out and keep fit, keep moving, because we are sitting down a lot.
Anytime Fitness has over 500 gyms around Australia, and they are all open 24/7. This is not sponsored, we just really like Anytime Fitness because of that. Okay, next item is alcohol, and we spend a total of $845 a year on alcohol. That's an average of $16 a week.
That's crazy.
We know that that's very little. We don't drink much, and we never have. Like, it's not something that changed since living in a van, and we just feel better when we don't drink the much. So.
Exactly, we're getting old. We feel this. Okay, we got 2 left, and next up we have accommodation. Now this one's going to shock a lot of people. We spent a total in 1 year $440, which is $8 a week. Is mental. I couldn't believe this when Dani was working out the numbers, and then she was like, yeah, we spent $440 in a whole year in accommodation.
Yeah, and to be honest, most, I would say like 90% of this cost happen in the first 2 to 3 months
That's
of van
true.
life.
Yeah.
And that's because we just left, we were rookies, we didn't know what we were doing, we didn't feel safe sleeping on the streets like we do now, or even at some free camps. So we would pay for the odd caravan park and accommodation every now and then.
Yeah.
We don't pay for anything anymore these days.
Yeah, I think we might actually, we've heard a lot of stories from Perth up or through WA, you do need to start paying a lot more.
True.
There's not that much more free camping. This year, our accommodation cost might actually be a little bit higher.
Yeah, and in this 440, it actually includes $59 that we paid for a yearly membership with Mind a Home. So it's not proper accommodation cost, but it saves us on accommodation. That's why I included it here. So Mind a Home is a pet sitting website where you can register and then you look for houses to either house or pet sit, and then you get that free accommodation, laundry, showers without having to pay for anything while you look after the owners, the house pet.
When we were building our van, we did have in mind that we were going to try and stealth camp as much as possible, so we don't have any marking. We do have solar on the roof, like it is a little bit
and
obvious.
a side window.
And like a little bit, but like it's not super obvious that someone's inside. We always block up all of the windows when we're inside at night. We arrive late, we leave early, leave no mess.
Yeah, so we kind of sleep on the streets in big cities these days and no one knows we're inside.
Yeah, and we don't have any issues.
But if you are traveling on anything other than a van, you probably don't have that option because it's more obvious that this is your home and there is someone inside.
Exactly.
So maybe just adjust your budget if you're traveling on anything other than a white van that looks like a work van.
Exactly, yeah. The best way that we've found accommodation since being on the road is an app called WikiCamps. It is our Bible. We are on this every day. We're able to find free camp, paid camp, caravan park, dump stations, day areas, water. We've even found a lot of hot showers. It's a little bit tedious. You got to search for the hot shower, so you find the little water bubble, you click on it, and then someone's written, yeah, there's hot showers here. So you really got to search for those. But they've saved us a lot as well.
And we have done a whole YouTube video on how we find free accommodation on WikiCamps on YouTube, so make sure you watch that one if you're interested.
Finish this video first, then go check that one out.
Another tip is that you should keep an eye for national parks. They are cheaper than caravan parks. However, if you have pets like us, this option is off the list. Pets are not allowed at national parks, so that's not an option for us.
So, streets for us.
Yep.
And last on our list is laundry, coming in at $277, so that's $5.30 a week, which isn't that much. In the beginning, we were doing washing probably every week and a half, and then we were like, whoa, this is not sustainable. It can cost anywhere from $4 to $6 per load. Then we realized that this is going to get pretty expensive. We started to stretch our washing out. We bought some more undies so we could get a little bit further. And we get about 2.5 weeks maybe. Yeah. Maybe even more if we go to the beach a lot and we're not using, but yeah.
Yeah, the problem with laundromats as well is that not usually, all the time, you also have to pay for the dryers and then your clothes get destroyed. So yeah, it's not very good. If we go to caravan parks, we try to do washing there so then we can hang the clothes outside. And we did so much laundry at the house seat that we hopefully don't need to do laundry for a while now.
How much does it cost to travel in a van around Australia? Let us know, Dani.
Total cost for us for the whole year was $38,792, which is an average of $746 a week.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
That's really good.
When we first started planning, we budgeted for $700 a week.
No, take that back. Before actually, the very beginning, before actually hitting the road, we were $500 a week.
So we started with a $500 budget. Very soon realized, okay, this is not realistic. We can't do a $500, so we adjusted the budget for $700.
Yeah, that was probably about a month in.
Yeah, true. So I would say we are very good. We came up at 746 with a budget of 700. That's acceptable.
I reckon that's pretty good. 46 bucks off a week. It's not bad.
We hope this video helps anyone planning a trip around Australia. If you have any questions, let us know. We are more than happy to help.
We post videos every Sunday, so make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell, and you follow along on our journey. We are about to head to the best places in Australia with the best beaches. So stay with us and follow us along on this journey.
Thanks for watching.
See you guys later.